Piston Fanatic. I'm your host, Dave Dalton, and I'm excited to share my passion and perspective of our Detroit Pistons as we go on this fantastic voyage together. I've been a diehard Piston fan since the days of Dave Bing and Bob Lanier. I've also been the varsity basketball coach of a very successful program in northern Michigan. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and like. Detroit basketball, they did it again. 133 to 120, our Detroit Pistons went into Sacramento and knocked off the Kings, shorthanded behind Jaden Ivey, 37 points, 19 in the fourth quarter. That's his career high. And Jalen Duren, 20 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. And Alec Burks, 25 points, 7 rebounds. And Sasser was also phenomenal tonight, too. He had 18 points. So that was a huge win. We were playing without Cade, without Bogey, without Stu. No Monty Morris. He's traded. Knox is traded, so he wasn't there. Asar sprained his ankle partway through the game. He came back and played. Ivey got his third foul with a few minutes to go in the second quarter. So things weren't looking good. We ended this half on a good run, but we ended up getting up by 15. We were ahead by 15 points midway through the third quarter. And then all of a sudden, by the end of the third quarter, Sabonis hit a 3 at the buzzer that put them up by 1. So it was a real battle for our guys. They were playing a lot of minutes, some of the guys did. But it was just a huge win and a gutsy win for us to go on their court. Once again, we didn't get any breaks from the officials, I can tell you that. Once Duren jumped up for an alley-oop and Sabonis just put his hand and shoved him and he moved in the air and missed a shot and no foul. But anyway, it was fun to watch, and it's too bad because I know a lot of people didn't get to watch it because it's 1 o'clock in the morning right now as I start to record this. So, but you missed a good one. I don't know if you can go back and watch it again. So, getting down the stretch, 68 minutes. Of all the total minutes played were played by guys 23 and under. So, we had 3 starters out. We had 2 trades made and all these things happening. We had to travel out to Sacramento and we come up and win. The thing that stinks is we play Portland tomorrow, which is a team that's also struggled. But I've said they have a good team. I mean, they have Anthony Simons is big time and Ayton is a big guy. He's a good player. He's been to the finals and stuff. And they have some guys, they've had a lot of guys injured too, but the big thing that stinks is they haven't played since Sunday. So we're playing back to back and they've had 3 days off. So that will be a challenge for our guys. It's possible that Cade could come back tomorrow night. So we'll have to see about that. They're still not sure whether, Bogey's day today. He's got that calf that they're trying to be careful with that he hurt at the beginning of the season. And then, so he's just been trying to take it, be careful about it so that he doesn't re-injure it worse and miss a lot of time. But yeah, so with tie game, 7 minutes and 56 seconds left in the fourth. Ivey hits a 3, puts us up by 3. 5:53. Ivey hits another 3, puts us up 114 to 107. And then late in the game, he gets an offensive rebound in traffic. Somebody shot and missed it. I think Muscala missed a 3, and Ivey jumps in, and there's Kings all around him, and he rips it away and gets fouled and makes 2 free throws. So he scored, like I said, he scored 19 of his career high 37 points in the fourth quarter, and he was tired. He said after the game how tired he was, and 37 minutes, but he was spectacular, and so was Duren, and so was Burks. I mean, the whole team was gutsy. We'll talk about each player here in a minute, but fascinating. So, we made the trade. We got it. I think we got a good forward, in the trade from Utah, and that can 6'8" and can shoot the 3. But you notice we traded away Knox and Livers, so maybe now Asar can play more. And then we traded away Monty Morris, even though he didn't get much of a chance to play, to open up those minutes for Sasser. Sasser played 32 minutes, so that's his career high in minutes, and I'm sure that was Ivey's career high in minutes, or at least for this season. He's gone through so much with getting ripped around, jerked around by Monty Williams, and then to come out and do what he did today. And he started out bad. He did not start out shooting well, and to finish the way that he did was, a testament to his fortitude, and it was really cool. But Asar had played 27 minutes, and again he sat out quite a while because he sprained that ankle, and I thought he was done. I was so bummed out because I thought, oh no, we traded these guys. He's going to get a chance to finally play some good minutes, and then he sprained his ankle. I thought he'd be out for 2 weeks, but he played the second half. He was not as effective, I can tell you that. He was not near as effective in the first half, man. First start of the game, he got a great steal, and then he dove on the floor and he doubled another guy, left his man and dove on the floor and got another steal, and he just really was good. And so he made 5 out of 6 shots. So he played 27 minutes, 5 out of 6 shots. Impressive. He had the other game just recently where he was 7 out of 10, and 2 for 2 on free throws, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and did have 5 fouls, 12 points. So, but he was spectacular, especially in the first half. Muscala played 25 minutes, 3 for 8, but 3 for 6 on threes. And so everyone was big. Every shot was big. He had 3 rebounds and 9 points. He's so smart. He's so much in help where he needs to be, but he is, again, I wouldn't mind if we kept him around. He just struggles to guard people because he's just not fast enough. But he gets to help better than anybody I've seen on our team. He comes from the weak side and helps out on any drives to the basket. He's really good at that, but he can't jump. But anyway, Duren, 37 minutes, 13 for 20, not 7 for 10. He was 7 for 10 shooting, playing against Sabonis. So they went at it. Those two guys went at it. Sabonis had a great game. He was 11 for 17, and Sabonis had 30 points. But he got away with some things, but he's still a great player. He had 12 rebounds, 30 points, and Sabonis was 11 for 17. But he got 7 for 10 on free throws. So, it was tough. Duren guarded him really tough, and Sabonis really went off whatever minutes Duren went out. It seemed like that Sabonis never went out, but he obviously set out 8 minutes. But Jaden Ivey, 37 minutes, 13 for 23, 5 for 7 on 3. So again, you don't have to believe me, but I'm gonna just trust me. His follow through is different now. He's extending his arm all the way and holding it high, and it's a difference. It's like it was earlier in the year and at the end of last year. So keep it going, Jaden. But he was 6 for 6 on free throws. His free throws have been bad lately, but again, same thing on his follow through with his free throws. But 6 rebounds, 7 assists. He did have 5 turnovers, but when you're taking it at him all the time, you're bound to turn it over. When you have the ball in your hands as much as he did, and you're forcing it right into him, he wouldn't have scored all those points if he wasn't that aggressive. So, like I said, he had 19 in the fourth quarter and his career high 37 points. Killian, it was interesting. You gotta give Killian credit, man. He hasn't played in like 3 games. He wants to be traded. It's gonna be interesting if he's not traded by trade deadline's 3 o'clock tomorrow. So we'll see if anybody wants him. But it will be interesting because now, right at the moment, with those 2 trades that we made, we have 16 players, and so you can only have 15 on your roster. So we're gonna have to buy Killian out, or make a 2-for-1 trade somewhere along the line. So got to see what happens there. But he played 28 minutes. He was 3 for 7. He was 2 for 4, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 turnover only, 8 points. And I'm going to tell you though, I don't understand it. He played 28 minutes. He played a bunch in the first half, but he played the whole third quarter, and then he didn't play any in the fourth quarter. But that's Coach Monty for us. So he was exhausted. So he played at the very end of the third quarter. He made some mistakes. He fell down, made his turnover, and he missed a shot and fell down. And anyway, he was exhausted. I could tell he was exhausted. So Gallo, only 11 minutes, but he was 1 for 1 and 4 rebounds and 2 assists and 2 points. Joe Harris came in and played 12 minutes. He was 1 for 3. He made a floater and 0 for 1 on threes, 2 points. But Alec Burks, and somebody should want that dude. He had played 28 minutes, 7 for 12, 5 for 7 on threes, 6 for 6 on free throws, 7 rebounds. He got all defensive rebounds. He was down there battling. He only had 1 assist, but he had 25 points. So big game for him. And then Sasser, again, I talked about in the last episode. Hope you get to go back and listen to it. I talked about Sasser and how he's got a chance to be um, the first and only rookie in NBA history to shoot 40% on threes, 50% from the floor, and 90% on free throws. And there's only 9 people that have done it in history. And so he's going to be close, but I'm not sure he'll get it. But he was impressive tonight. 32 minutes, 7 for 14 shooting. He can shoot the pull-up, and I talked about that in the last episode. I talked about the numbers where he was one of the tops in the NBA and pull-up jumpers and pull-up threes, and he's got that floater, man. That's a great weapon for him. It seems like he makes it every time. But 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 0 turnovers for the rookie. I mean, he's a little older rookie, but he's still a rookie, and he was 18 points and plus 16, highest plus minus on the team. We shot 56% from the floor. We were 17 for 31 on threes. So that was 55%. So that's partway why we won it. 22 for 22 on free throws. So those are areas that we don't always do great, but we were unbelievable tonight, and that's what it took. That's what's surprising about this season. You know, we've had the injuries and we've had some struggles with Monty and the lineups. He's playing guys that aren't that good, but um, you know, it surprised me that we didn't have some games like this, but it's been a lot more fun. It's been more fun watching them even when we're losing for quite some time now. They've been since the end of December through now. The games have all been we've been really competitive. I bet if you look at our teams plus minus, I got to do that to see how we've been doing. So I think that we probably aren't at the bottom anymore. So. Um, 48 rebounds. They had 33. We out rebounded them by 15 rebounds. So they don't have a lot of big guys, you know, besides Sabonis, and he's not even that tall, but we out rebounded them really strong. Um, 32 assists we had, so we had a lot of assists, and they had 31, which still was a lot of assists. But we had 11 turnovers, which is a low number for us. They only had 4, but we just outplayed them. We outshot them from 3. They were 15 for 44. On the free throw line, they were 15 for 22, and we were 22 for 22. So we shot the same number, but we made 7 more free throws. So that was a big part of the difference in the game. But it was a great win for our guys. Fox struggled, had a bad shooting night. Trey Lyles lit us up, though. That dude was 5 for his first 7 on threes, and he was making 3 after 3. It's just interesting that Lyles and Kelly Olynyk and Jeremy Grant all had like their worst years when they played with the Pistons. I guess it's partway because you're playing with guys that aren't as good, but those guys have had really good years the last 2 years since we traded them. So um, again, we come back and we play tomorrow night. So I'll be on, and I'll have an episode as soon as if there's another trade, I'll be popping on, and otherwise I'll be on late again tomorrow night after we play Portland. But great win, Pistons. Fun to watch. Some great things for our young guys, our rising stars. You know, Ivey and Duren are in the rising stars game, and they were rising high tonight. So great win for our guys. Be the reason that somebody feels cared for and liked. And go Pistons.